Hello again, Hot Wheels collectors. So I didn't even know this model existed. I was at a Toys R Us, and this was the last one on the pegs. And this is such a cool concept car. It's called the Lancia Stratos Zero. There we go. So I guess it's 205 of the Hammer Drape Prep. I don't know, car culture or something, but it's 2025 when I picked this up. So this one is, for the domestic market where I am. And then the other ones there. All right, let's open this up. And this Wikipedia article is quite good, so I'm actually going to use that. I usually read them. I don't usually show the articles, but so it was presented at the 1970 Turin Auto Show here. It's just a concept. Yeah, that doesn't look so bad. That looks pretty good. And what I found really interesting is, first Marcello Gandini of Bertone designed this thing, styled it, but it was built off of a wrecked Fulvia. Where is it? Yeah, there it is. So it was built off a crashed Lancia Fulvia. If you don't know what that is, look at the picture of this thing. So to go from that to that, I find quite fascinating, right? They must have just chopped everything off except for the bottom, anyways, I found that really interesting. So it has the same engine as that Fulvia. It's not a supercar or anything like that. 1.6 liter V4. So, and then some other interesting concept cars of the time. I'm well aware of this car. It doesn't show a picture. I've never known about this. The Tetsudo. It looks like a frog or a turtle or something. Some sort of flat turtle. The Carabo, Kyosho makes this. That thing's awesome. I think we all know the Tipo 33. A lot of brands make that, including Hot Wheels. I've never heard about this car, the Iguana. And then this runabout is pretty funky. It looks like a sci-fi movie car. And this is one model I would love to see, done even by a resin company, because the windows are so flat. I don't think they would pop loose. That would be an awesome, awesome model to see. Okay, so. Alright, let's see what Hot Wheels has done. I figured, even though this was really expensive where I am, over $10, it looks good because it's not a complex shape. It's something Hot Wheels can pull off. It looks somewhat realistic because it's not difficult. The wheel choice is actually pretty close to the real thing, so I think that's fine. Obviously, the tires, though, seem very, very low profile for the day. But I guess it's the best they can do. I'm going to swap these wheels out, I think. Yeah, it's going to take some finagling because I would have to get the wheel and tire underneath this fender. But then how do I do that without drilling it apart? I'll have to see if I can pull something off. Alright, so although on the real car these are clear, I guess this might be just black of the interior, or maybe this is super dark plastic. Hold on, get a flashlight. Oh, it is just it's just highly tinted, this the window plastic. So I think it's nice that they got that little orange stripe on there. If I go really in here, it's a nice metallic orangey, perhaps copper you could consider it. It looks good. Going to the front, we have a bunch of that printed on stuff that looks kind of like a grill, or possibly, I think it had lights there on the real car. And then I guess that's supposed to be a Lancia logo, or Lancia as I used to call it when I was younger. And the black printing looks good. I'm zoomed in way too much. Hold on. So this is just like a opening cockpit, like a sci-fi movie. So it's really impractical, but very cool. And then you have that funky, weird dot matrix kind of color blending printing, but it doesn't look so bad on this because it's just one color, right? So it's such a simple shape, but yet so cool that Hot Wheels can do it okay. And then Stratos HF there. And then we got some exhaust pipes, the differential down here, your standard stuff. I like how they tell you what it is. I find it odd that some brands don't. And then look at this wedge shape from the top view and obviously from the side view. Oh, actually, there's a video on Wikipedia. Look how ridiculously low this is. It's so cool. Look how low the driver is. It's crazy. I guess the one good thing about that car is it must be easy to park underneath semi-trucks. So if you can't find a parking spot, just pull under a semi-truck. Anyhow, let's see if I can try to make the original wheels for this thing and maybe reduce some of the gappiness here without drilling it apart. But I might, if I have to drill it apart, I will. And we are back with some 3D printed wheels and tires. The wheels are the same size, just the tires are a different size, I believe. There is supposed to be like orange paint in those vents, but there's no way I could pull that off, so I just left it all silver. Yeah, and then I just added some silver paint back here, but knowing that if I touch it, it's going to scrape off, because this is very slick plastic, and I don't care to prepare it professionally. But anyways, I think it looks better than it did. Alright, so let's leave that there. Let's look at a few other wedges of that time period. So the Countach is, I think, probably the most well-known wedge design. This is the LP 400, the very first one, so it doesn't have the body flares or the wing or anything like that. This is by Kyosho. A cool concept, which I think came beforehand, is the Carabo by Alfa Romeo. Yeah, so yeah, serious wedge. It's so low. It's really neat. Put that one there. Another concept by Lambo is this, I forget what it's called. So the Bravo from 1974. It's not as wedgy, but it definitely still looks like a doorstop. I like how Kyosho has the clear lights up there. Very good. And boy, I'm not sure if we're gonna fit. You know, this looks more wedgy, so I'm gonna put that there. And then Ferrari even had some wedge styling going on. This is what? The Dino 308 GT4. Okay, by Kyosho. Okay. So, wedges of the past. It must have been so hard. Well, the Ferrari is probably okay to drive. It must have been so hard to drive this car. I mean, it almost has no rear window. Actually, Kyosho didn't put a window in the back of that thing. And then these are concept cars, so I guess it doesn't matter. You can look up reviews of these other things somewhere in the channel. So it's nice that, you know, Hot Wheels did this. It's very cool. It's such a simple design that it actually looks okay for as a Hot Wheels. But this is such a cool design. I think this would be nice if it was done by a premium brand with the properly colored wheels, because that's really hard for people to do. And yeah, that would be really nice. Even if it was resin, because the window's so flat, it would be really hard for me to think that window would pop off if it was a resin model. So I would get this. But even more important, I think, is the Ferrari Modulo concept. That needs to be done by a premium brand. That was a cool Ferrari concept, Modulo. Anyways, you can look it up on the internet. Thanks for watching today. We'll see you next time. Bye.